Ooh, that's funny. All right, everybody, welcome. It's supposed to be a wonderful time of the year, and yet, for many of us, it is the most traumatic. This year, what I would love to do is for you to say yes to the dress and hell no to the stress. How, you ask? Here we go. Hey, everybody, welcome to Transform Live today. I'm Maggie, UMD, and I am a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of my Food Mapping Masterclass. Today, what I would love and I'm most excited about is to let you know what's coming up for this coming week. I couldn't be more excited to talk about over the course of the next week what a road to food freedom is like. And I know the food and freedom doesn't seem synonymous, and I get it. That's why for me, I would love to be able to turn that script around, and I'm going to take a whole week to do it every single day this coming week. Now, for those of you that are watching, I would love for you to tell me where you're watching from. Tell me a little bit of what's been going on with you. We had some posts in the Facebook group talking about what food trauma means for some people, food trauma and drama. And there's been a lot of questions about what some of the food triggers are. How does food trigger this or that? How's food connected? So what I would love to do is for you right now, anybody that's watching, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. If you're an alumni, tell me you're an alumni. If you have stressors, questions, comments about food struggles that you've had, go ahead and put it in chat, light me up. Here's the thing. I love to talk with you. I do not like to talk at you. So I've told everybody who's been in my world that when I'm going live, just blow me up in chat, fill me up with comments, questions. That really lights me on fire. And here's the other thing. It's going to help me plan this whole week that's coming up for you guys. The more specific and detailed your questions are, the more number of questions there are, the more I'm going to go longer on my lives and serve in any way that I can to answer each and every one of your questions. So I can't wait for you to hit me up and chat with that. Thanks, everybody. So a couple things, okay? What is the road to food freedom? What I'm looking at is that so many times when we're looking and thinking about food, and hear me out here. If you're somebody who, the work, just thinking about eating for you stresses you out, not even thinking about the holidays, just eating, the thought of it stresses you out. And it can be things like swallowing issues. It can be allergies. It can be, stomach upset, gas, bloating, irritable bowel syndrome. You might be planning your life around bathrooms. You might be saying no to social engagements, right? And then you throw the holidays on top of this, and some of us have to cook, right? And where has your joy and love of cooking gone? Well, I was there 20 years ago. I get it. I really do. And for me, I had to figure out how I could navigate to go back to that time. How did I navigate turning that fear and trauma and drama into falling back in love with cooking and eating again? And that wasn't easy, right? But it did happen. And there's a way with which for that to happen. And that's why I call it the road to food freedom. And what I would say is if you're struggling with any of those symptoms at all, tell me what's been going on with you. Let me take a quick look at chat over here. AMK is watching from North Carolina. Welcome. I love it. Catherine, welcome. Okay, thank you, everybody. All right, so a couple things, right? When I think about the holidays, and I just had a conversation with Jane in one of our programs on Monday. Holidays can be a very stressful time for a lot of people. And Jane's question was, how can I deal with the stressors, or holidays? Some people have holiday blues. Some people have the stressors of a lot of people coming over or having to attend social engagements. And not to put on top of that, some of the underlying health struggles that so many of us have, right? And when you're really struggling with food and you have to eat, remember with food, I think it's a specific thing where we have to eat, and you have to eat 3, 4. I was talking to somebody who had to eat 7 to 10 times a day because of how our blood sugars were fluctuating. And so in a sense, if food is trauma for you and you have to eat, in a sense, it feels as if you have to traumatize yourself 3 to 7 times a day. That is no way to live. And then on top of it, you get the stress of the holidays on top of that. So I really get it, right? So couple things I think about is that a lot of times people go into, well, let's go on an elimination diet. And I want to tell you, I want to ask you, how many of you guys have tried elimination diets in an attempt to deal with your mast cell, histamines, POTS, autoimmune disorders, irritable bowel syndrome? Type in chat. I want to know how many people have tried and done elimination diets. Okay. And I know about elimination diets because I've done all of them. And it reminds me also of Lisa. Lisa L messaged our team as well and was asking, should I be eating paleo? Should I be keto? Should I be vegan, vegetarian, fruitarian? Like, we have so many questions around this, right? And so what I'm going to tell you is it's complex. It's complex. It is like when someone's asking me, is it keto? Is it paleo in terms of weight loss? They're wondering about what about the carbohydrate load versus fat. And then you have people who have clearly mast cell histamine intolerance who are struggling with a lot of food allergies and food related type allergies where it's more allergic related. And then you have a group of people where it doesn't matter what the heck you eat. It doesn't seem to be even related necessarily with immediate consumption of something. It's just all the time you feel bad, right? So there's a wide variety, wide swath of how someone responds to food and food trauma. So for me, a couple of things. What's this like elimination diets, right? Let's think about elimination diets. How many of you guys have tried the AIP diet? Type in chat. How many have done the FODMAP diet, the GAPS diet? How many of you went completely vegan? How many of you are gluten-free, dairy-free? And what I would love to hear from you is, did it work? Did it help or did it resolve your symptoms? Type in chat. Okay. What I see over and over again is that these eliminations diets can be very time consuming, can be expensive, can be difficult to maintain, can be very nutritionally depleting, and can be downright demoralizing. Okay. And they were never meant to be long term, which is why I'm going to go through the schedule of some of the things that are going to come up next week. And one of the top topics that I'm going to be addressing is going to be about elimination diet. And I can tell you right now, I am going to tell you already right up front, I am the opposite of the elimination diet. Food mapping, the system I created, is completely the opposite of an elimination diet. But one of you might ask, well, why would elimination? Well, if I can't do an elimination diet, what is the solution? Hint, hint, it's called data. Okay. Really importantly, I'm a medical doctor and I am a scientist. So when I created the food mapping system, this is what, 14, 15 years ago, one of the really important keys to me was no more guessing, no more stressing. Okay. Which is data. Data is really important. Now, but the question that people will have a lot for me as well is also going to be, well, what's the right data? Right? I went to the allergist and it didn't help me at all. I went and had a hair sample. Someone asked me the other day, I did a hair sample test for food sensitivities. Is that helpful? Is that even is that a reliable way to test it? Somebody said I muscle tested, right? So what kind of data is the right data? So there's a lot of questions around this. So what I want to do is announce this whole week that we're going to be having, and stick around, because if you're going to, in the next couple minutes, I'm also going to reveal a special bonus that's going to be happening. So stick around. There's more coming. Now, let's go over the schedule for next week. Okay. This is next week coming up is Thanksgiving week. And what I want to do is let you know, I'm going to be going live noon Pacific Standard Time every single day. So you can set your alarm clock. If you're not watching on YouTube right now, I'm going to ask every one of you, we're going to share a link in the comment section directly to our YouTube channel. And here's why. If you click the link to watch me on YouTube, if you are watching from YouTube, write boom in chat so I know you're from YouTube. Hit me up, YouTube. I love it. Thank you for all the comments that are coming in by the way. If go watch on YouTube. If you're watching right now on YouTube, type the word boom in chat. Thank you. And click subscribe and ring that bell. What happens is every time we schedule the live, you're going to be notified. Every time I go live, you're going to be notified. So next week, you're not going to miss a thing. And next week, here's what's on the schedule. On Monday, we're going to be talking about the 5 truths. The 5 truths, maybe even myths about the elimination diet. Okay. And if you want it, and if you are on elimination diet, how and you want to know what is the solution? What is the opposite of the elimination diet? We're going to be talking all about that on Monday. Tuesday, we're going to be talking about saying yes to food certainty. I know you don't identify the word food with the word certainty, and I do. And so for me, that day, we're really going to be talking about data, why data is so critical, and not just all data, what is the right data when it comes to food mapping. And then later in the week, we're talking Wednesday, we're talking Thanksgiving Day. We're going to be coming right up to the holidays. I am going to be cooking live in my kitchen. It's been a while since I had a cooking live. I know I was in the middle of a move and setting and so I'm ready. I'm ready because I'm back in the kitchen. I'm cooking. I'm baking. I am foodie MD eating again. And I know a lot of you have asked for me to be back in the kitchen. And if you want me back in the kitchen, cooking live, write cooking live in chat. I am going to be making 2 of my favorite recipes next week live for you guys and with you guys. And I love to teach as I'm cooking. So I don't know about you, but I love watching YouTube creators for makeup and beauty. And one of my favorite style of videos is the get ready with me videos. How many of you like that? The get ready with me, GRWEM videos, right? For me, I'm going to do a version of that, which is cooking live with me videos. So while I'm cooking live, I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to be taking your comments, your Q&A as I'm cooking, as if you're in my kitchen, because I love to cook in my kitchen. I love to cook. And as I'm cooking, I love to invite people over to my house when I'm cooking. I'm talking, I'm chatting, and I'm cooking it up. So if you want to join me on that, that's going to be happening next week as well. Wednesday, I might even be hitting you up with Thursday morning with some early preparation for my Thanksgiving meal that I'm going to be preparing. So that is going to be what's coming up next week. Now, why are we doing all of this? Well, education is a really big component of what we do. And it takes time and it takes a lot of education time to actually raise the level of consciousness that people have around food. It takes work to change that trauma and drama to freedom, right? And I had developed the food mapping system, and I have worked with thousands of clients working with them on the food mapping system in my food mapping masterclass. And I just want to let you guys know that some of the details of what is it like to work with Dr. Maggie and her team in my food mapping masterclass. Well, number one, most importantly, is when you are working with us in the food mapping masterclass, number one is a live immersion week. It's really critical that we are in a small group, that we have live. You get to troubleshoot and work live with me and our medical team, as well as our nutrition team. That's really important. Education, mentorship, right? Number two, there's self-paced trainings as well. There's a lot that you're going to be learning around digestion, around food sensitivities, food allergies, non-food sensitivity, food allergies, digestion issues, right? So there are all these different types of food reactions that we've talked about. How do you tell the difference, right? And how do you even learn how to understand these results, even with the right data? Trust me, it's complex. So having self-paced learning is really critical to your success. That's part of the program. Number three, accountable, accurate data. Okay. I'm not talking no hair analysis or muscle testing here. As I already hinted to, I'm going to share with you next week more about this. But in the program, when you join my food mapping masterclass, you get accurate, personalized blood testing with your data that is actionable, accurate, and there's a lot of clues and hints to genetics as well. I often talk to people what they tell me that, reminds me of Jeremy. Jeremy had two teenagers that weren't quite ready yet to make changes or do the data themselves. So as the leader of his family, he decided, I'm going to do the food mapping program and learn from me what that process is like. I'm going to understand. I'm going to become the pilot and the leader here in my family. As a result of him going through it, now he's become the example with which other people and members in his family, when they're ready, and now they're getting ready to actually see their own results, their own data and their own results. So data is really critical, and that's part of my food mapping masterclass. And then finally, the most important thing, why is it important, is you want relief. Okay. You can't say yes to dress if you don't have relief. And that's why for me, this is going to be your year of yes. Okay. Who wants a year of yes? Type yes in chat, right? You can't say yes to cooking in the kitchen, to buying this and that in the grocery store, or to going out to social engagements if you don't have the training, you don't have the data, you don't have the mentorship, right? So that's critical to getting relief from symptoms. And this reminds me of Lily. We just had another food mapping masterclass immersion week. And Lily was talking about how she joined the program in June And she was actually going to be joining us in July to do our immersion week. But the interesting thing is, by going through the learning modules, she already figured out that there was 1 or 2 steps that were broken in her digestion, started fixing those steps, and had major relief from her symptoms. So much so that she was like, I'm going to hold off the immersion week. And she met with us during the immersion week, just we're in November right now, 4 or 5 months later. And what she's reporting is complete resolution of her mast cell and histamine intolerance, right? So there you go. So these are real people with real results. But that is relief from symptoms. That's what relief from symptoms look like. And let me ask you something. What does relief from symptoms look like for you? I always one of the things I think about is, if you can't dream a bigger dream, then you're not going to be able to get those results. So what is one thing? Just think about between now and the end of the year. Okay. What's one symptom that you want relief from? Type that in chat. Tell me what that is. I want to see what your dream is for that. And when you type that symptom and the relief of that, what would that mean for you? What if that happened, right? What could you say yes to? What is the cascade? What's the domino effect? That one thing was to fall down first. What would be the next to your year of yes, right? And thank you. I saw yes. Thank you. Boom. Queen of Hearts. Queen Hearts. I like that. Not Queen of Hearts. All right, everybody. So now, thank you for sticking around. I want to announce a big bonus. This is the first time we've ever done this in the history of my food mapping masterclass, which launched same time last year. Okay. And the bonus is going to be on our food mapping masterclass page. I want you to go jump over there and take a quick look. For a very limited time between now and Cyber Monday, we're going to be taking $300 off my food mapping masterclass. Okay. So to take advantage of that, what you want to do is either hop over there with the link that we're going to place in chat, or you could scan the code that's appearing on the screen right now, and that will take you to my food mapping masterclass page where you can enroll. And once you enroll, in the next day or two, we're going to be giving you a call to do the welcome, to go through some of the logistics and everything. You can do your own enrollment. So I know some of you have been hanging around for months or years, and you know all about this. And if there's a time to jump in, this would be the time. So if you just head over there, you can go ahead and enroll yourself. Now, here's the other thing. Let me mention a couple other things. Some of you might want to learn more, might want to talk to one of us. What I want to let you know is we've opened up some time in our schedule so that you can talk to an expert from a member of our team, just to learn more. Like, what's my food mapping masterclass? What about my hormone masterclass? What about your main program? What about thyroid masterclass? If you have questions about choosing which is the right first step for you, talk to us. We want to hear from you. And you can go ahead, if you want to book a call with our team, just say book a chat and team, or book a chat. Or we're going to go ahead and share a link right now, and you can book a call and team. We've opened up some additional spaces to be able to talk to you, to help you time it right, to also make the decision during this time, especially when there's a bonus going on. And then finally, I don't know if we have any questions. Let's take a look. Okay, we don't have any questions. Perfect. So what I want to do is a couple of things. Let me take a look. Oh, yes. Okay. Some of you that are watching right now, food may not be your problem, or it might be just one of your problems. Okay. And what I want to do is, we have a quiz. Okay. If you want to figure out, like, what is the area in my health where I need the most help, what kind of resources would be helpful for me, put the word quiz in chat. We have a very short quiz that you can take where we're going to ask a bunch of quick questions, and we're going to figure out what's the area in your health that you most need help with, and we're going to get the right resources to you, because we have tons of resources to be able to share. We don't know unless you tell us, and until you take the quiz, you may not know even what area you need the most help with. So if you type the word quiz in chat, and also if you take a look in chat, we'll be posting a link where you can click that link and take the quiz yourself. This way we can learn more about you. You can learn more. You can type in and answer some of those questions, and we're going to figure out exactly the area that you're going to need help with and send you some resources your way. All right, everybody. So I think that is a wrap. And so this week, I'm excited. Right now, what day is today? It's Thursday. So starting Monday next week, remember, make sure you are on YouTube with clicking subscribe, to ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. And I'm going to be going live every single day next week, right before the holiday. And I can't wait to see you, so we can blow a lid open on what a road to food freedom looks like. So without further ado, I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week.